Hey everyone, welcome to After the Buzzer. This is our video series in conjunction with our podcast, Game Tape Rewind. And this is where we talk about something related to that week's main episode of Game Tape Rewind, but either we ran out of time or we thought this conversation would be better suited for video format. Um, if you listened to Game Tape Rewind's episode this week, we discussed the sort of the history of the NBA All Star Game, some of our favorite moments, and players who have stood out in either the games or throughout the various skills competitions that they would have on the Saturday of All Star Weekend. So if you haven't listened, go check that out. We think you'll really enjoy it, especially if you're watching this video. Um, in this episode of After the Buzzer, we are going to be talking about some former events that we think the NBA should consider bringing back for future All-Star game weekends. And Eric, I know there's one that you definitely appreciated, and why don't you kick us off?
Yeah, I'm very passionate about this for some reason. The Shooting Stars challenge, which was an awesome way to bring former NBA legends, WNBA players or legends, and current NBA players from the same area or city or team
Mm.
together, and they would do this kind of free throw 3-point half court, something similar you would see at a maybe a college game at halftime to win free McDonald's for a year or something
Yeah.
like that. But this was real serious NBA and WNBA talent. And for me, that was always just really fun and interesting. It's a real light way to cap it off. Like I said in the original episode, the All-Star Weekend is very much like a carnival. And this
Mm.
is very much like one of the carnival games that you would want to go watch or play. And the fact that all of us have played some similar game like that before. So, I mean, there was some hard hitters here. Like you and I looked at, maybe they retired the competition because Team Bosch won it 3 years in a row,
Yeah.
where it
Too
was Chris
dominant.
Bosch, Swin Cash, and Dominique Wilkins. So, I guess that was they just put that
That's
on
just not
the.
right. That's
It's
too
not
much.
right. So for me, I really thought that was fun. I wish they would bring it back, and I think it's really no harm, no foul. I don't think there's a lot that goes into that. So that has my vote.
Yeah, especially because they've sort of pared back the events over the last few years and focused a lot more on the entertainment and having like concerts and that kind of thing. Uh, I just found it was always so easy to watch that contest, and you find yourself getting invested in like, oh man, why isn't Chris Bosh making this free throw line jumper, or why can't Derek Fisher hit this elbow three? And it's like, oh come on, like, and then and then the half court shot is always like heart. I always found it to be very heart racing stuff,
Mm-hmm.
especially as you're watching the clock tick and you know that they have a certain time to beat, and you're like, is this going to go in? Is this going to go in? So I agree. I think they should definitely bring back the Shooting Stars competition. Um, there wasn't a whole lot of fanfare around this event, but the horse competition lasted for, I believe it was only 2 seasons. Just think of all the creative stuff that these guys can do. Like you look at like Steph Curry hitting shots from the stands in the, or like from the tunnel during his warm up before regular games. I don't understand how they can't incorporate that level of creativity into the All Star Game weekend. Maybe it was, they were missing too many shots. I genuinely don't really remember all the specifics of it other than
It'd get
Kevin
very
Durant.
sad, I guess, if it's a bad horse game. That takes a
Yeah,
while.
which is fair. I think that's fair. But the other one I think they should bring back is the rookie sophomore challenge. They've sort of changed the format to being the Rising Stars Challenge, where it's now the Team World versus Team USA. Um, generally, I think other than like the Olympics or your national team events, I don't think there's a whole lot of fanfare for like, oh, USA's got to beat the world, that kind of thing, at least not in the NBA. So I always loved rookies versus sophomores. To me, it reminded me a lot of in like playing high school basketball, the JV versus the varsity kind of thing. Um, and there was always like a chip on your shoulder if you were on the rookie team or the JV team, and I feel like um, that made it a lot more fun and entertaining. And the game itself was kind of just nobody's playing defense, whatever. Let's just put on a show for them. So at the very least, I think that people would get up more for, I'm a rookie. You've been in the league. I'm going to take it to you and try to prove that I'm better than you. instead of, especially for Team World, like they're all from different countries. So what are they really repping? So
Yeah,
that
that's a
would
good point.
be something I would enjoy. I think that would make it a little bit more edgy. And for a Friday night game, if you already have an exhibition with the celebrity game, so why not make it a little bit more competitive?
Yeah, it's a harder sell Friday night for sure. I think that's the night that will get changed most over the years. I still think there's stuff we haven't seen or heard from yet. But as
Mhm.
you mentioned, you're in our original episode. I mean, you have some great ideas, so maybe you'll be behind the scenes pulling the strings here
Yeah,
soon.
go check that out. So, I mean, what events do you want to bring back, or do you have any, favorite moments from events of that past that maybe we haven't even considered here? So, let us know in the comments. Be sure to check out Game Tape Rewind. Give us a like or follow if you haven't already. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this and following us along. We hope you enjoy this year's All Star game and All Star weekend, and we will talk to you next time.